Well, it is going to be fun to talk about a farm show. As a matter of fact, it is the 2021 Mid America Farm Show that's going to take place March 23rd through the 25th at the Tony's Pizza Event Center in the Saline County Livestock and Expo Center. And we're pleased to be joined by Eric Brown, who is the president and CEO of the Salina Area Chamber of Commerce. The Agriculture Division of the Salina Area Chamber of Commerce is the sponsor of the Mid America Farm Expo. And Eric, this we've gone through a year, and unfortunately, the Mid America Farm Expo last year was one of the events that had to be canceled because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But I know there's probably a lot of excitement and a lot of planning that has been taking place to plan this year's Mid America Farm Expo.
Yeah, Greg, we are definitely excited. This is the 56th year, and we'll put an asterisk on 56 because 55, unfortunately, we weren't able to have, because that was right at the time frame when the stay-at-home mandates and the orders were coming down from the state. But like I've told others, there has been a lot that has been learned in the last 12 months around having live events and in-person events. And so we're working with our local health department and others just to make sure that we're keeping folks safe as they come into Salina in Saline County to really see everything that's going on at our Mid America Farm Show. And we're just excited overall to have it back live and in person. Just 2 weeks ago, we had the Equifest event here in town, and it went very well. We had great attendance. But we are working closely, like I said, with the Expo Center and Tony's Pizza Event Center to make sure that we're keeping folks safe and mitigating as much as we can through that process as well.
And that would include probably some distance in between booths and everything else that needs to be done to keep within the COVID protocols.
Right. Yeah, and that also includes the hand sanitizer stations. There is still a local mask mandate here in the city of Salina, so that is something to be aware of as well. And then also just the standard social distancing that is across the state that we have to make sure we're doing. The other thing I'll tell you though is in the last Saline County update, we had 8 new cases, and so much like the rest of the state and the rest of the country. The COVID cases are just falling off the map in a downward trend. And I'm sure that has a lot to do with the vaccines and everything else that folks are doing to be safe. But we truly feel like we're in a good place, and we really hope folks can come to Salina, and we have a great lineup for them as well.
Yeah, and you've got so many of the things that people are very familiar with in association with the show: the farm equipment displays, seminars on precision ag and ag data, and the livestock and grain market outlook. But you also have some seminars this year, and you've got a lot of great speakers. Let's go over throughout those 3 days who you're going to have on your shows.
Yeah, and that's we really worked hard to try to get some quality names and some bigger profile names, just knowing coming off of a year of folks not being able to travel. But the other thing, there's just been such a shift, definitely with the Biden administration, that producers and ranchers and everyone needs to kind of get an update on what is happening at the federal level and the state level. So Tuesday, March the 23rd, we have 2 folks, one from the federal level. It's David Shim. He's the ag advisor for Senator Marshall's office. He's going to be with us at 10:30 a.m. in the 4-H building. And really what we're having him focus on, or ask him to focus on, is what at the federal level that he's seeing and Senator Marshall's office is seeing around the Farm Bill, around inputs as far as costs and what that's doing to the producers out there. And so that's in the morning at 10:30. And then in the afternoon, Mike Beam, who is the Secretary of Agriculture here in the state, he is going to be here with us at that time in the same facility or same location. But Mike's going to go over the state level and what's happening and those types of updates. So that's Tuesday, March 23rd. Both of those are sponsored by Farmers and Ranchers Livestock Commission here in Salina. So we're thankful for them to be able to do that and help us there. Wednesday, March the 24th, is everything is, the markets and commodities and influx and what's been going on in the last year and a half. Our ag committee really felt like it was a smart choice to bring in Matt Bennett. Matt Bennett is known as is a commodity analyst. He's with agmarket.net, but he goes to a lot of shows. He's on a lot of different programs, radio programs, those types of things. He's going to do two sessions for us on the 24th. One of them is keeping your discipline in rallying markets. And then he's also going to go back to the basics on some marketing 101. Now it says 101, but really part of what Matt does with that is he kind of gives you some options and a framework of marketing your commodities and things to be thinking about. So whether you've been doing this a long time or maybe you're a new farmer or rancher, he definitely is a great speaker, and he can, kind of put it in perspective and does a good job with that. And then on Thursday, March the 25th, our last piece at 1:30 is Jeff Allison. And Jeff Allison is with Prairie Land Partners, and he's their integrated solution manager. But he's going to be talking about precision ag and ag data specifically, and then also a little bit about unmanned aerial systems. So those types of things that most farmers are utilizing now. The exciting thing about that for me is the data piece, and really talking to farmers about, obviously you're getting this data, now how are you going to use it? And so that's part of that. And that's sponsored by Prairie Land Partners. And Matt Bennett is sponsored by American Ag Credit. So we really do have a strong lineup, three big topics that's going on in the farm community right now.
And precision ag and everything that is taking place, I think, is important. Don't want to forget, though, you do have the daily water testing that's going to be taking place.
Right. Yep. Saline County is going to be providing that for us as well, and that's in the Tony's Pizza Event Center arena.
Joining us, Eric Brown, who is the president and CEO of the Salina Area Chamber of Commerce, the agriculture division of the Salina Area Chamber of Commerce, of course, the longtime sponsor of the Mid America Farm Expo. Lest we forget, Eric, there's no charge for admission or parking, too.
Right. Yeah. There's plenty of parking out there, and this show, again, we don't charge for attendance. Obviously, that's part of what we really want to have a strong showing for our vendors. The other thing I would throw out there, if you haven't been to Salina in a little while, I would definitely suggest making a day of it, making 2 days of it, 3 days of it, if you'd really like. We have a lot going on in our community, a lot of updates. So, and there's just a lot of ag-related companies and retailers locally that would love to see you as well. So I would definitely encourage folks. It's one of these things at this time of year, we always kind of cross our fingers and hope for a little bit of moisture next week. And that kind of keeps farmers out of their fields, because I know they're raring to go and get out there and start that work. But, we sincerely hope that you make some time to come to Salina and check out all of our exhibitors. We have over 225. And then also hear from these folks that are making policy decisions, and also trying to impart some new knowledge, data, those types of things for farmers as well.
Now, I do have to ask this because of COVID protocols. Will concessions be open, or is that going to be different too?
No, concessions will be open. It'll look a little bit different because we can't necessarily do the buffets and those types of things, but we do have 3 food truck vendors that are going to be out on the Saline County side, and then Tony's Pizza Event Center will also have a lineup of their concession stand, whether it's the usual hamburger and hot dogs, those types of things. So yeah, we'll definitely get you fed for sure.
All right. Once again, the show hours 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. March 23rd and 24th, and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on March 25th. And Eric, if people want more information, what's the website they need to go to?
For more information, definitely go to our website. It is www.salinakansas.org/Mid America Farm Expo. And so folks can get that information. If there's, if there's ag retailers or vendors that are watching this, we still do have a few spots left. If folks want to get a hold of us, and we will make those adjustments and get you here for the show. But again, based on what we saw at Equifest and and just the way that numbers are going down, we are really we're really sure we're going to have a great show. We're going to have great attendance, and we hope that folks come out and see us in Salina.
Once again, March 23rd, 24th, and 25th is the Mid America Farm Expo. Show hours, once again, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. March 23rd and 24th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on March 25th. Eric, I appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg.